up, Browns fans? Welcome back to Dog Pound Daily. I'm Johnny. You may know me as Browns Insider on Instagram, and I got a good one for you today. Today I'm going to be previewing the young, talented D-line that doesn't get enough clout that it deserves. First off, the big one on the team, of course, is Myles Garrett with his huge 10 sacks, but, of course, the big helmet hit is what defines the whole season for everyone that looks from the outside in at Cleveland. Myles Garrett is definitely someone who could put up 17 and a half sacks if he plays the full 16 games. I could definitely see him as a potential threat to take over, be a huge pass rusher like a Khalil Mack sort of deal. And the rest of our D-line is definitely not talked about around the league. We got Sheldon and Ogunjobi on the interior. Sheldon Richardson put together 62 tackles this season. Very good defensive tackle, underrated. Only 3 sacks, as you may know if you've seen his stats. But what really comes in handy when you're playing the nose tackle position is the tackle for losses, the pass defense, which he did have around, let's see how many did he have. He had 4 pass defense, which is about what you'd want from a defensive tackle. And he played the full 16 games, so no injury issues for the past couple years for Sheldon Richardson. 16 games played this year, 16 games played last year, 15 games for the year before, and the 15 games before the year before that. He's a very reliable defensive tackle, and I could see him being a great piece of our D-line this year. The very underrated piece of our D-line that I really love is Larry Ogunjobi. Very good friends with our defensive end, Myles Garrett. Put together 6.5 sacks as a nose, a defensive tackle putting up 6.5 sacks. I guess with all the double teams that Larry Ogunjobi attracts, this is the guy you'd want. This guy that can force the ball out of the running back's hands. He could tackle for loss. He gets through the blocks. This is a good defensive tackle, and I think he can break out this year. And you'll definitely see that. If we get another piece of this D-line where the double teams do come into mind, like if we do sign like a Jadeveon Clowney type of edge rusher who attracts double teams, Larry Ogunjobi he's drooling at the mouth. This guy's going to get through the offensive line way more often than he already does. This guy could go off even more than what he did last year. Now the biggest question on our defensive line, Olivier Vernon. I don't know about him. He put together 3.5 sacks in 10 games last year. The big issue here is that he doesn't play. He missed 5 games due to injury, and he comes out of the game due to injury. A good 3 of these 10 games he did come out of because of a lingering knee injury that wasn't a problem for the first 3 games of the season. But that really hindered with him. His 3.5 sacks came pretty early. So you could see why he was headed upwards with the numbers, but then it took a shocking downward spiral after that injury. Now, the big piece that he could be replaced this season is the big question. Could we sign Jadeveon Clowney or Everson Griffin? 2 solid edge rushers with not as big of problems as Olivier Vernon. The other thing about Olivier Vernon is, of course, what John Dorsey gave up to go get him. He gave up a huge piece of our offensive line, the offensive guard, Kevin Zeitler. We could use Kevin Zeitler right now with all of the guards that we lost. So, did we lose more than we gained in this trade? Yes. The contract that we got, but, of course, he did restructure this contract to $3 million less on the cap, which is a little more than you'd expect, but still, it's a huge contract to have on our cap. So, all in all, we probably did lose this trade, but, again, our defensive line has basically no depth under it. The depth under our defensive line is complete garbage. We lost Andrew Billings due to the opt-out. Porter Gustin is still behind the edge rushers. The fact that Porter Gustin is still behind a backup defensive end shows that we have basically no depth. What we should do is sign more. That's the big thing with the defensive line this year. Now, if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to subscribe. Hit that big red button down below. It would really be appreciated by the entire staff here at Dog Pound Daily. We would appreciate if you did hit that subscribe button. Follow our Instagram at Dog Pound Daily. We would appreciate a follow. You may get a follow back. You'll never know. And please make sure to follow all of our Browns pages at Browns Insider, at Browns Season, at Browns Live, and get Cam down below too. All right, if you did enjoy, peace out, dogs.